Okay, welcome students. So as I've already explained in my previous video, the various parts of a circle. So today I would like to talk about some 6 basic theories in circle theorem. And with these 6 basic theories, I don't think there's any circle theorem question you cannot solve. So let's talk about the theories. So the first theory says that if I have a chord, and I explained in my previous video what a chord is. If I have a chord, so let me name this chord A. The theory 1 says that any angle this chord subtend, is the same as the angle it will subtend at the other side. So no matter the number of angles this chord will subtend at the circumference, all the angles are the same. So you realize that the chord is subtending one angle here and it's also subtending another angle here. They are all the same, forming the same angle. So that's the meaning of the first theorem, that any angle subtended by a chord, no matter the number of angles being subtended by that chord, the angles, they are all what? The same. Good. So the next one is theory 2. They also call the center theorem. Says that if a chord, let me name again A, if this chord subtend an angle at the center, so you can see this chord is subtending an angle at the center. The angle it subtends at the center is twice the angle it subtends at the circumference. So you will see this chord is subtending an angle at the circumference, which is x, and also subtending one at the center. And this theory says that the one at the center is twice the angle at the what? Circumference. So you see 2x, where this is x. The third one also says that whenever you have a diameter, and if you have watched my previous video, you know what a diameter is. A chord which passes through the center. It's called a diameter. So a diameter always subtend an angle, or a diameter always form an angle of 90 at the circumference. An angle of 90. So we can see this diameter is forming an angle at the circumference, and that angle is always 90. It's fixed. It's always 90. So if it forms an angle over here too, this one too becomes 90. So take note. The fourth theory, I call it the cyclic quadrilateral theory. The cyclic quadrilateral theory. When we talk of cyclic quadrilateral, as the name goes, quadrilateral, a four-sided figure. So a cyclic quadrilateral is a four-sided figure which has all 8 vertices touches the circle. So realize the vertex, each of the vertices, they are touching the circle. Each of the vertices, they are touching. That's a cyclic quadrilateral. So this theory says that if you have a cyclic quadrilateral like this, this theory says that opposite side, when you add the opposite side, they are summing up to 180. So it means that angle A plus angle B, the opposite side, this side, angle A plus angle B sum up to 180. Similarly, angle B, angle C also sum up to 180 degrees. That is the meaning of the fourth theory. So the fifth theory also talks about the tangent theory. So if I have this tangent, and we know what a tangent is, any line which touches a circle, that's a tangent. So if I have this tangent AB, this theory says that when I rule a line from the center O, always meet the tangent, and the angle formed between them is 90. The last theory I'll talk about is another tangent theory, which says that whenever a tangent and a chord meet, so this is the chord, whenever a tangent and then a chord meet, the angle which is formed between them, so we can see this is the angle formed between the tangent and then the chord, is always equal to the angle the chord subtends at the circumference. So you can see this chord is subtending this angle at the circumference. So that angle it is forming is always equal to the angle it forms with the tangent. Yes. So with these 6 basic theories, I don't think there is any circle theorem question you cannot solve. You can comment your question and I will answer you. Thank you for watching.